used a number of approaches, triggers in your coaching engagements. So what kinds of perspectives have yielded the maximum insights for your coachees, Ram?
Okay. Yeah, look, let me start by first talking about, or responding to your comment about responsible coaching. And, as an ICF certified coach, I think, and many of us are certified coaches. So I think it is, it's our responsibility to, I guess, uphold the ethical guidelines and standards that these bodies lay down. And, the kind of things that come to mind are, the need to establish trust and gain the confidence of the client, right? And to have to ensure that it is the client's agenda that counts. Every conversation is client centric, ensuring confidentiality, around every conversation or every session. So these are some of the things that come to mind when we talk about, and of course, trying to create impact, trying to sort of address things that matter to the client. Not so much about talking about things that you know about or you can share, but more about trying to understand how you can create maximum impact for the client. So these are some of the things one strives to do. Now, in terms of the some of the things, approaches that have, in my experience, that have generated a lot of insights, I would say, I typically try to spend a lot of time initially in what ICF calls establishing the coaching agreement. In other words, in trying to understand what the client is expecting from the engagement, and which means very often I find people start an engagement, a coaching engagement, without any expectation, right? They're just, either they have been selected for coaching by their organizations, or they have signed up, but they don't necessarily understand what coaching is, or how to get the most out of a coaching engagement. So I try to spend some time initially in getting them to define what the success measures would be of every from the particular coaching engagement. So that I find often clients struggle defining their expectation or defining the success outcomes. But I think it is. But I think it lays the foundation for the engagement itself. So that's number one. The second thing I would say is the importance of reflection, and I have seen initially, again, in the early part of a coaching engagement, I typically talk about life map and inflection points, the kind of things that people have learned, or the client has learned from his or her inflection points.
Correct.
And so the questions around one's life map, I feel it sort of promotes self-reflection, and I think it generates a lot of insight. So so in my experience, that has in a majority of coaching engagements, I find that exercise is very powerful.
Excellent.